Hello, this video will take you through adding contact category groups. I'll quickly show you where categories are used in iDirres. Categories are often used from the drop down list here. For example, say I should wish to find all the people in the direct sales team category. Categories allow for rapid segmentation and rapid filtering of data. You will find the Categories tab on Contacts, on the bottom row of Things tabs, and you will find the categories here. And these are where customers are added to categories. Being able to add these category groups will give you power to actually make iDirres more reflective to your business needs. Remember that you can add anything you need in here. Whilst we're here though, I'd like to also touch upon something that will become very important as we go through the process. People have different types of categories than companies. Therefore, when we go and add the records, we need to actually make ourselves aware of the differences of how this data will be impacted upon the categories. I will explain this as we move forward. So, we will now move to Administrator, Lookup Editor, Contact Resource tab, and we will go to the Contact Category group. We will place the system into edit mode, and we will now add a new group. Always give the system the item a category code. This will be used for reports and other processes. Category type. This determines whether a group is only visible to the company or the contact option, or to both. For example, there may be certain categorizations that are only applicable to companies, such things as VAT registration numbers, maybe insurance numbers, that requires a data split that is relevant to only a company. Some items are only going to be relevant to individuals. For example, you may decide to create a category group which details past sales roles. For this demonstration, I'm just going to create a group called Travel. I'm going to say it's applicable to both, and the category name is called Travel. As we always discuss, put a category description in. For this example, and bear in mind this is only an example, I'm going to say that travel actually reflects the travel modes that companies use. Notice here that there is a 0, as we've shown in previous examples. The 0 here, when I save, will change to a number. It's now become number 8. That means that we know that it's saved into the database and that's its ID number. I'm now going to go Contact Resource, Contact Categories. This is the actual individual subdivision of the category group. In the previous example, you just saw me create a group called Travel. I will now move my mouse down to Add, and I will now go and add a category code called Train. This is again for demonstration. There's an option here called Display Shortcut. I shall tick that. Displaying shortcut means that your new option here will appear in the sidebar here called Contact Categories. This allows you to rapidly filter data with ease, and I will show you this. The category type. Is it only applicable to companies, contact, or groups? I'm going to say that in this case it's applicable to all. Category group. This is the category group that my category code sub-item will belong to. We've already decided this is to do with travel, so it will belong to the travel group. Category name. I have now added that category subgroup option. I'm going to add a new one. And what I'm going to do with this is call it Train, FR, and I'm going to make it applicable only to company, and I'm going to again add it to the travel group. And in this case it's going to be freight movement by train, and I will add it. I shall take the liberty to add another one. This will be applicable to both. Again, it will belong to the group travel that we just created. And this will obviously be applicable to both groups. Again, we will see that all the records have a 0 behind them. When I now press save, all the records will now have allocated behind them numbers 17, 18, 19. Always remember that the only way that we will now see those new group members is by going File and Exit. On reopening iDirres, if we first of all go to the categories drop down, we will see a new group has appeared called travel, with the option of ship, train, freight, train travel. And I will now show you how that impacts. So first of all, I'm going to go to the company record. If I move down to the categories option, we will see now here that there is an option for travel, which involves ship, train by freight, and train travel. If I now go and select an individual, such as myself, and I then go and look at the categories available for the individual contact, you will see that there is only ship and train travel available. This was because when we set the record up, we decided that train freight was not applicable to contacts. It was only applicable to companies. Hence, it's only been here. Do you remember how we ticked the box to display shortcut? Well, by moving on to the sidebar here and moving to contact categories, we now have categories that we can click on. So, for example, if I edit this record briefly, place a tick in train travel and ship, and now save it, and I now go to the individual mark gibbons, I now go to categories, I now place this record into edit, I now place a tick in train travel, and I now save it. If I could go to the contact categories option and click train travel, my record will appear. If I go to the company's categories and tick train travel, the company Cognitar software will appear. What I hope you've understood from this is how to add new category groups so that you can segment your data and how to use them to their maximum effect. Remember that segmenting data is a difficult skill to master. Too much segmentation of the data can make it difficult to work with. Too little can make the data worthless to work with. However, that is something that you will have to work out in relation to your business. There is no easy fix to this. It takes time, and above all, it takes a lot of effort, but the rewards are potentially huge. I hope you found this video of some use